From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon. I'm Charlie Klepps. Miller has Tuesday's forecast, plus we'll check in on our leading look. But first, let's get right into our top story. Officials are still looking into what caused the Whitefish speech and debate team's bus to catch fire at a tournament in Ronan over the weekend. The driver was injured in the incident, but has since been released from the hospital. According to Rocky Mountain Transportation, the company that owns the bus, the cause of the fire is still undetermined. No students were harmed during the incident. However, many witnessed it and were shocked at the flames.
Sprinting through the parking lot, we get out there and our bus is on fire, which was so insane to see. Like, it was genuinely, like, I cannot even explain the feeling that I think all of us were feeling. It was just like utter shock.
We'll continue to update you as the investigation continues. The suspect in a case in Missoula where a woman was found dead inside a car Sunday appeared in court today. According to Missoula police, 51-year-old James Brown is facing deliberate homicide charges. Brown was found near the vehicle in which a 37-year-old woman was found dead on the corner gas station of East Broadway and Madison. The woman had visible injuries to her face and showed no signs of life. Police are looking into a second scene on Rymel Road as part of the investigation. The Montana Department of Transportation has added new real-time cameras and weather sites to help winter travelers. The 20 new road weather information system sites mean that the MDT now has a network of nearly 100 locations across the state to track road conditions. Data monitored includes roadway temperature, precipitation, and wind. The cameras will offer updated images every 15 minutes during daylight hours. According to the state, the new sites are located in the Butte, Glendive, and Missoula districts. An additional 13 road weather stations will be added in 2025 across the Great Falls and Billings districts. That data can be tracked through the MDT website, and you might want to, as many roads across the state are covered in snow now. For a first look at our forecast, here's Miller Robson.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully it's been great for you so far. As we head towards Thanksgiving, some areas have a chance to see snow on Turkey Day. Who? Well, I'll let you know with the local forecast coming up here in just a second. But first, I always like to start off what's going on across the U.S. of A. today. The headlines for the 48s. Portions of Sierra Nevada mountains, Great Lakes, Central Rockies, heavy snow today. The plains below average temperatures, and the east and west coast. We've got some rain showers today. Already seeing some rain there already. Local look forecast coming up.
With Thanksgiving just a few days away, events are happening all around the state. In today's leading look, we'll take a look around Montana to see what people are doing to celebrate and give back. In Billings, the annual Vets Giving event kicked off today after meal boxes were put together this week. They'll be handed out to those in need in the next few days, hoping to provide holiday meals as they continue to become more pricey. The event is organized by Warrior Wishes, a nonprofit that hopes to help veterans, and this is the 8th year in a row that they're handing out pre-cooked meals. Meanwhile, in Butte, the food bank is gearing up for their busiest time of the year. Most of their turkeys have been handed out already. However, they say there's still plenty of donations coming in. The food bank volunteers say all these donations are welcome, as they will end up being used around Christmas as well. And in Helena, many people are getting into the giving spirit, dropping donations off at the Salvation Army. They're asking for more donations for Toys for Tots, which will run until December 14th at over 250 locations around the Tri-County area. The organization is hoping to provide toys to 600 families this season, while the Salvation Army is looking for volunteers at all of their Kettle locations with the goal of raising $70,000 to fund their services. And it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas over in Bozeman. Governor Gianforte made his way to Bozeman to help the city pick out a 30-foot tree that pretty soon will be up in Helena, decorated as the 2024 Capitol Christmas tree. The tree was cut down by the Mike Duffy logging crew. Last year's tree came out of Butte. And many of those events are held because of the rise in expenses these days. It seems like the price of everything is going up. MTN's Megan Elaine looked into the prices this year to see how much Thanksgiving dinner will cost.
As folks here in Bozeman either start or just finishing up their grocery shopping for Thanksgiving, just remember, it's a lot more than just buying the turkey. I'm at the local Town and Country right now, and I already got this 24-pound bird in my basket, but I also might need some stuffing as well. And for $1.99, that's not a bad deal. Let's see what other items we need.
The American Farm Bureau says dinner for 10 will cost an average of $61.17. That's down from $64.05 last year, but an increase from $53.31 in 2021. Those figures include the cost of typical side dishes such as cranberries, dinner rolls, green peas, and sweet potatoes.
And you can't forget the cranberry sauce. A classic.
As I crossed off these items on my list, I caught up with some local shoppers.
Yeah, and we have pretty much the same menu every year and pretty much the same group.
For John Howard, he comes for one thing, the Hutterite turkey.
I like to support local businesses. This way you got two levels of local businesses, the Hutterite Farms and Town and Country. And fresh turkey is better than frozen turkey.
And buying turkey is cheaper this year, Town and Country tells me. Last year, bird flu caused turkey prices to go over $2 a pound. This year, turkeys cost half compared to last year. And for other traditional Thanksgiving items, they say prices are about the same as last year. For shopper Jeremiah Lake, he needs plenty of side dishes to feed 30 people.
Probably got, a good 40 to 50 items on my list.
But he's thankful for local grocery stores.
Definitely you notice the price tag a little bit higher at other locations than here.
My favorite stops has to be sweets, so I like to grab pumpkin pie. Whether you're making it homemade or just grabbing one of these, it's always the best.
In Bozeman, Megan Elaine, MTN News.
And with food insecurity on the rise, one Livingston bakery is looking to help and taking it one step further. They've decided to close their operations for sale, dedicating all of their time to helping food pantries around the state. Heaven Van reports.
After serving the community with delicious bread and pastries for the past 4 years, the Livingston Community Bakery is ending retail operations to focus on a greater need.
At its inception, the Community Bakery was designed to be a revenue stream for the Livingston Food Resource Center.
Executive Director for the Livingston Food Resource Center, Kaya Patton-Fusselman, says that the bakery began as an effort to address how expensive store-bought bread was.
And so the founder had this idea that why don't we make our own bread that's preservative-free, that's delicious, and that uses local grains. And so the Kamut loaf was born from that idea. People started coming to the back of the Food Resource Center and knocking on the door and saying, "Can I buy a loaf?" And so this idea to have a bakery was born.
But as the bakery began to lose revenue, the nonprofit had the difficult conversation about shutting down.
2 Tuesdays ago, saw 122 households during our shopping period on a Tuesday. And this time last year, a busy day was looking at like 75 to 80 households.
Kaya says the center has seen a 124% increase in food service use in the past 3 years. The average number of households using services each month has doubled from 210 to 474 since 2021.
And I just want to emphasize how hard of a decision this was. And really, ultimately, our mission is to increase nutrition security in Livingston and Park County. And in order to do that, we need to be able to keep the doors open.
Kaya says the center is prepared to meet this increased need and will continue baking Kamut bread for the food pantry, allowing the space to be rented out in effort to support local small business.
It's one thing to get people food, but it's another thing to address the holistic person, the mental health, the nutrition, and the wellness of a community.
She says they will also continue to operate their 10 direct food access programs and counseling program in effort to meet the growing needs of the community.
We had a good run and a really delicious buttery run, and we've been very grateful for the understanding that the community has shown us.
For more information about Livingston Food Resource Center and how to get involved, visit our website. In Livingston, Heaven Van, MTN News.